So interviews tend to come last in the series of tests that you complete for your application. And sometimes it could take on the feeling of being the final kind of determination of whether you are admitted to a program or not. And it's a matter of, did you do well in the interview or did you not do well? Let me assure you that is not how we are viewing the interview component of the process. It is one of many elements of the application, as you've seen, that we're looking at, and we're in our final review of your applications, taking the interview in context of everything else that you're doing. So it's not sort of the final determinative factor. And as I mentioned earlier, it is not even a required element of for admission. So we will begin reviewing applications after the deadline, as I mentioned, and as we move through the application pool, some candidates will be extended an invitation to interview. But as I said, the interview is not required to gain admission. We may decide to issue an interview for a variety of different reasons. This isn't a kind of a comprehensive list, but it can include providing further confirmation of English language proficiency above and beyond the English language exam score. So it gives us another opportunity above and beyond the test, above and beyond the video questions, to have a live conversation and get a sense of your English language ability. More generally, whether you're a native speaker or not, the interview does give us a little bit of a sense of how you're able to articulate yourself on your feet, as do the video questions, which is a valuable skill to have in the classroom as well as in your professional lives beyond. We may decide to interview you to ask some clarifying questions about the courses that you've taken or the internships you've had, the work experiences. So it gives us an opportunity to follow up on some information that we may need to dig into a little bit more. So if you are invited for an interview, that invitation could really come at any point within the round. We'll start sending out invitations shortly after the application deadline on a rolling basis, but don't get concerned if you haven't received an interview invitation. And I definitely encourage you not to reach out to the admissions office to follow up on whether you will be receiving an interview invitation or not. Like I said, those invitations can be coming at any point sort of in the process as we're reviewing applications. So your best bet is just to sit tight and wait, which I know can be difficult. Should we invite you to interview, the interview itself this year will take place virtually using an online video conferencing platform. In a typical year, we would have some opportunity for live interviews, but obviously that's not going to be a possibility for this upcoming cycle. So just some general interview tips. Remember the basics. You want to be on time, you want to be professionally dressed and come prepared and ready to go. The interview itself, much like the video questions, is not meant to trip you up or involve kind of trick questions. It's the sort of interview preparation you would do for a job, if you were going on a job interview. So you want to know yourself and your resume and some of the highlights and achievements that you bring to the table, and come prepared to discuss them in a way that you would in a typical job interview. Similarly, you want to have some intelligent questions ready for your interviewer. So this is information that's not readily accessible on the website and that you can just sort of look up on your own. It's good to keep in mind the interview is really a two-way street. So obviously we're looking to learn more about you, but it's also an opportunity for you to learn more about our school and community. So really give some thought to what are some of the questions that you'd like to ask, that you would like to ask the interviewer. And then generally look at your interviewer as a potential resource for you, even beyond the space of that interview. So you're always welcome to reach out after the interview if you have any follow-up questions. We want to be a resource, so don't think that that connection ends at the point of the interview.